Thousands of fans flocked to Lucknow, Ontario for the highly anticipated return of the Music in the Fields Festival. This year marked the first time in 3 years it was able to happen. The last two were canceled because of the pandemic. It not only marked the return of the festival, but also the return of the Grammy Award-winning act, the Brothers Osborne. Welcome back, because it's been around 4 years since you've been to Ontario, and for so many, this festival hasn't happened in 3 years. This is the first time they're seeing music or a festival. What's it like being on the other side of that energy and that emotion of just the excitement from fans?
Yeah, this is the reason why we do it. You know, it might seemingly, it looks like our lives are really easy and great. They're great sometimes, but it's actually really hard. And we wouldn't do all this stuff. We wouldn't be traveling all over the world and crossing the border and dealing with Border Patrol agents who think that we look suspect, which they are right, and to come up here for nothing. We come up here to perform in front of fans. It's what we do everything for.
So I want to know, though, do you remember the first time you came to Canada, whether just as a family, on your own, or on tour?
I remember.
Oh, okay.
Right, when we came to Toronto, right? Yeah. In a high school band trip, we visited the CN Tower. And yeah, that's pretty much all I remember was the CN Tower, though.
What about you?
Well, I mean when we came, I think the first time we came here and performed, it was awesome because, you know, the fans up here are great, and at that point we were just starting to kind of get some traction in the States, but we really worked super hard to get our audience in the U.S. and then coming up here to think, wow, we'd never toured here before, we didn't know what to expect, and we had a lot of fans here. It was really encouraging and really awesome, and the energy up here, the way the fans are just wild and have such a great time. We genuinely love coming up here for that reason, and the weather could not be better.
I'll be honest, I'm going to lose my mind because I've been waiting to see Skeletons, anything from that album and deluxe album, which I've said for 2 years, best album ever, go listen to.
Thank you.
We'll play some of it, I promise.
But you won't remember me from A Hole in the Ground, but I interviewed you when that album first came out, and since then you've won a Grammy. Besides people like me being like, oh, Grammy Award-winning artist, has anything changed in life that you've kind of noticed? Maybe you bought yourself even something. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I have a Grammy on my bookshelf in my living room.
Good for some, but I'm not for everyone.
Aside from the Brothers Osborne, it was a full Canadian roster, including 5440, Tennille Arts, and the Emerging Artist Showcase winners, the Holy Gamblers. For City News, I'm Lindsay Dunn.